Hello everyone, today I welcome you all to my another video session wherein you will see how to use functions in Python. So before we start our session for the day, I request every one of you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can receive all the latest updates and notifications that we keep posting on our YouTube channel. So without any further delay, let us start our session for the day. So first of all, let us take a look at what are functions in Python. So functions in Python is a block of reusable code that allows you to perform a specific task. With the help of functions, you can make your code more modular, organized, reliable, and easier to maintain. So now let us take a look at how to define a function in Python. So in order to define a function in Python, you need to make use of the def keyword. So def is the keyword in order to define the function. So give the keyword as def and then give the function name and then the parenthesis and then the colon and then press enter. So once you press enter, the block of function statements will start to execute. So over here, you need to give the statements of function or action that you need to perform through the help of functions. So this is the syntax of defining a function. So now once your function is created, the next step is how to call a function. So in order to call a function, you just simply have to call the function name. So in order to call a function, just simply call by its name. That is, if you have defined the function name as sum of two numbers, so then you just simply have to print this name. You just have to print this name of the function. Name of the function, that is sum of two numbers, and then just pass the opening and the closing bracket in order to invoke the function or call the function. So now let us take a look at one of the examples. Example to create a function. So first give the def keyword and then give the name of the function as sum of two numbers, small bracket and the closing bracket, opening bracket and closing bracket, and then the colon you have to pass as the syntax. And over here you just give or define the variables, that is first number is equals to 10, second number is equals to 20, and then you just simply do return first number plus second number. And then the last thing that you need to do is, so in order to run this function, you just simply use or call the function name, that is sum of two number, and then the opening bracket and the closing bracket. So now in order to run this block of code to see what action it performs, you just simply click on this run this cell button. So the function will be executed. Okay, so it has given the error that is second number is not defined because the s of second number is small over here in return statement. So over here again click on the run the cell button, and you can see the output that has come as the output that has been returned is 30 because 10 plus 20 is 30. So now the next thing that we will see is uh, the arguments in function. So there are various ways through which you can call or you can create a function. First is without arguments. Second is by passing the arguments to a function. And the third is by defining the value of the argument inside the function creation. So we will take a look at all of these three subcategories one by one. So for the first category, that is so for the first category, that is without arguments, the thing that you need to do is create a function that is def print name. Name is equals to Abhishek, and then return name, and then over here just call out the function name, that is print name. So over here as you can see we haven't defined any arguments when creating the function. So when we will run this block of code, it will return as Abhishek. Okay, so over here we just have to pass the opening bracket and the closing bracket, and now you can see the output that has been returned is Abhishek. Now we will see the second category, that is by passing arguments to a function. Create a function that is def print name, and then give the parameter as vname, and over here just simply return, that is hello, and then the variable name. And then what we need to do is we will take one input, that is name is equals to, and then we will take the input from the user, that is enter name, and then we will call the function name, that is print name, and we will pass the argument, that is name. So now when we will run this block of code, so it will first ask you to enter the name. uh, Over here it has given the error, that is invalid syntax. So what we will do is we will put hello in the curly in the double quotes, or what we can do is simply use print bracket f double quotes and then hello, comma, and then the curly bracket, vname, and then the double quotes close, and then at the end close the small bracket. Now let's run this block of code. So it has entered, or it is asking for you to enter the name. So what I'll do over here is I will give the name as Piyush, and then when I will press enter, so it will print the output as hello Piyush. So this is how you can give the uh, argument to a function. So the last strategy that we will see is by defining the value of the arguments inside the function creation. So what does this strategy means is we will create one function name, that is greet username, and then we will define the argument, that is name, and then the value over here itself, that is guest. And what we will do is we will just simply copy this line, that is print f double quotes hello and then the v name, that is the argument name, or not v name, actually we will just give it as name. And then what we will do is we will just simply call the function name, that is greet underscore username, and then we will define the value, that is Ramesh, and then we will just simply run this function or this block of code. So over here you can see the output that has come as hello Ramesh. So this is how you can create the function with this type of category also. So as of now, with that we have come to the end of our video session, wherein we saw how to create the functions in Python, and also we saw what are functions in Python and what are the various type of arguments that we can pass inside the function. So if you have any queries regarding this video, then you can raise your queries in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to answer all your queries. So before we wind up our session for the day, I request every one of you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel and press the bell icon so that you can receive all the latest updates and notifications that we keep posting on our YouTube channel. Thank you all and have a great day.